Hey everyone, this is Andres Soklal of Extra Time TV.
I'm Kevin Campbell.
And for those of you who don't know, Trinidad and Tobago defeated the Dominican Republic 4-0, and we'll be playing Martinique this Tuesday in Martinique. We had a very strong performance. A lot of people were a bit, skeptical about Hart not trying out certain types of players. Bostock got left out, but we got the result. We're going into this game with a 4-0 victory. Kevin, what do you think is going to happen in this game?
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
SocaWarriors versus Le Martinique.
Oh,
I mean, it's going to be a great encounter.
Yeah.
Martinique defeated the Dominican Republic over the weekend.
Yes.
And 2-1 in Hispaniola.
Yep.
So that means that this game is a must-win game for both teams. The winner goes to the Gold Cup.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Yep.
Trinidad, they're going to play this game in the Port de France.
Yeah.
And I think that going into the game, they would be buoyed. But Martinique is no easy team, Andre.
Yep.
They do have pedigree. They're going to be better than the Dominican Republic. I mean, Martinique, they were Caribbean Cup champions in 1993.
Yep.
And also, they made it to 13 out of the last 18 Caribbean Cup competitions.
Yep.
And they have a lot of players who, unlike previous Martinique squads, play all over Europe. I mean, they have guys playing in France, Spain, Greece, Russia. So it's unlike the last few Martinique squads who basically had players that's from France. So Trinidad and Tobago, they have their work cut out for them.
And this, by extension, for those of you who don't know, Martinique cannot play in the standard FIFA competitions. So, this is an opportunity for them to really represent them and be, unique, very much like, Catalonia in Spain.
Yeah. They're not part of FIFA, but they're part of CONCACAF.
Yes.
So we give them some bit of buy-in. So they can play in Gold Cups, but they cannot qualify for a FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, so it's definitely a large incentive for them to want to do well. These guys don't want to be pushovers, and by no means they are going to be easy. I don't want to say Dominican Republic was easy, but it's definitely going to be a difficult game. It's away from home.
Yeah.
We've seen Trinidad, with the obstacles of traveling. It's not a direct flight for those of you who don't know. It is
Island hopping.
Yes, you have to jump around a bit, and it affects players. No matter what people say, it takes its toll on the bodies of players. Some of the guys flew from all over the place. Some of these guys coming from the US, a couple from Trinidad.
Yeah.
That's me being sarcastic. But basically, traveling is pretty terrible. But I think the squad is strong enough. I think they need to just go into the game and be calm because it can be a tricky tie. Games away from home are always dangerous. Trinidad has to be calm and get on the score sheet. I think within the first 20-something minutes, just to take away that anxiety, it seems like a repeated theme I'm always saying, where Trinidad needs to score within the first 20 minutes or else they start to become anxious. We saw it in the Guatemala game where they didn't score, and then it started to become a bit, edgy, and then eventually we ended up getting a draw in the end because we were anxious.
Andre, I hope not to see a repeat of that St. Vincent performance when we went over to St. Vincent and we struggled.
Yep.
Late goals, meaning that we can qualify and we qualified.
Levi bailed us out, let's be real.
Yeah, because similar climate, similar type of atmosphere, small island. Let's hope we really get that early goal.
Yep.
Because Martinique, they have 3 players who I really like, and accomplished players at that. They have at the back Baba, who plays in La Liga he plays for Sporting Gijón, and up front they have Parisia, who scored 24 goals and is their leading scorer.
Yeah.
But the most well-known player is Julien Faubert. Played for Bordeaux, Real Madrid, and West Ham. So he's a player that he's really quick, a lot of experience in the midfield. So we really need to keep our eyes on him if we need to go forward.
Yep.
Andre, another thing to point out is that remember that a winner needs to come from this game. So if the score is tied at the end of the game, it goes to penalties.
Yep.
And I know Stephen Hart, he couldn't have time to practice penalties because it was raining like cats and dogs in Martinique for the training. So let's hope it doesn't come to that. But I hope that we do well.
Yep, Trinidad has, unfortunately, we don't have a great record of penalty shootouts. We lost out on the last World Cup.
Panama.
And then also in the last Caribbean Cup, we reached the final against Jamaica. And yes, Jamaica played well, but Trinidad, got to the end and then eventually missed their penalties. But I really hope they go into this game calm. I was really, really unconvinced when the St. Vincent game because yes, the pitch was terrible, but it kind of worried me a lot that they were so off their game when they went to St. Vincent because But it concerns me, and this is for future qualifiers when they go to Costa Rica and those other places. I just think, Hart is trying to really get the squad tight-knit. And in a lot of ways, it's not a high-profile friendly, but it is a competitive fixture. And I think this is perfect for Trinidad to keep their focus heading into the World Cup qualifiers. So what I'm really afraid of is that Trinidad has a tendency when qualification is on the line, we have a tendency to buckle under pressure.
To choke sometimes.
Yes, and I really hope that they get past the psychological hurdle. We had no business losing to Haiti in that game. Sure, we had lots of players that were missing.
Yeah.
Martinique, as you said, they have very good individual players. So I'm actually not as convinced as a lot of people say we're just going to blow them away.
No.
Can we blow them away? Of course we can, but
Yeah.
I'm going to be cautiously optimistic, and I actually think it's going to be a close game. And I hope that Trinidad scores within the first 20 minutes, just to calm the nerves, pass the ball around, and then players like Molino and the midfield could do their thing and stretch their legs out. So, Kevin, how do you see this game ending up?
I see this being a really tense game. I'm going for a 1-0 for Trinidad, simply because Martinique, they usually make it to the Caribbean Cup, and this is their biggest obstacle so far.
Yep.
So they'll be buoyed and really up for it. They have a history of great technical players, and I think that what we need to do, as a team, we need to assert our authority on the game. We cannot play at the pace that Martinique wants to play. We need to actually go on the front foot from early and maintain that throughout the game. If we do that, we'll be okay. So I think it's going to be a slim 1-0 victory in favor of us.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very narrow as well. I mean, I don't mean to sound overly cautious, but I think it's going to be very tight. Of course, I would love to be wrong. If Trinidad goes and trounces them 10-0, I would love to be wrong. I'll be like, yes.
Yeah.
But one of the things that did concern me is that I did see the Dominican Republic they didn't have enough pace and power to really threaten Trinidad. But I think Martinique has a bit more pace.
Yeah.
And if the coach did his homework, there are some vulnerabilities in Trinidad when they play high up the pitch. And this is where John Michael Williams comes in, to calm the defenders down. He has that calming influence. Yeah. And I hope they just keep it together and they don't concede as well. So I'm going to go probably a 1-0 as well, maybe a 2-1. Hopefully I'm wrong. I actually would love if I'm wrong, but I think that's how it's going to go. So Kevin, the SocaWarriors have their hands cut out for them. Their work, cut out for them.
Let's wrap this up. Andre, where can they find you?
You can find me at Andrew Soklal on Instagram and Twitter.
You can find me at Kev868 on Twitter and Instagram. And don't forget to like our videos, comment, subscribe to our channel, leave questions because we answer them all.
Yes, and when you like and subscribe, you automatically qualify for the chance to win a copy of FIFA 17 and also a chance to win 2 tickets for upcoming World Cup qualifiers what Trinidad and Tobago will be participating in.
Yep, against Costa Rica especially.
Yes.
Okay, everyone, and don't forget, if you like and subscribe our YouTube page, Extra Time TV, you instantly qualify for the opportunity to win 2 tickets to the Trinidad and Tobago versus Costa Rica on November 2016.